Good day to my peoples, man. Welcome to the show. And that show is the Bad Boy Sports Podcast with your man, Fonz. What's going on, man?
Not much better.
Yes,
Can't complain. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, the mothers' and the mothers. You know, sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo! You know, just happy. Happy Mother's Day to y'all, man. Y'all, let me tell you something. Mothers, especially our mothers.
Right.
You know, they're the backbone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you still got your mama, man, love her, appreciate her. If you still got Big Mama, love on her, appreciate her this weekend and every other weekend, because Mother's Day should be
every day.
So again, thank you to the mothers. Thank you for not aborting us, mamas.
Right.
And thank you for keeping us. Thank you for not putting us up for adoption.
Right, I appreciate it.
Thank you for the struggle. Thank you for all of it, and we love y'all, all the mamas. Happy Mother's Day. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into this thing now. So the Lakers did it.
Yeah,
the Lakers did it, and I must say, I'm impressed.
I'm very impressed. I knew it was going to be a dogfight series. You know, you got two dominant players in Curry and LeBron, who's been dominating the late 2000s for the last few years.
Yeah, the 2010s.
2010s. Warriors have been to 5 straight finals, hadn't had it on lock, and LeBron has had his success. Don't have to speak too much on him. Everybody should know him by now. And, they advanced to go see the Nuggets.
So let's talk about that series for a minute. I honestly think it's going to go down to 7 games. I think so. We got to look at it like this. The Lakers came into the playoffs as the number 7th seed.
Right.
Now, let's talk about the Warriors. This year, the Warriors were not on the road, they won it. And then 2, the Warriors ain't the Warriors no more.
You're right.
They have been the Warriors of old since the beginning of this year. I think, didn't they just win last year?
Yeah, they won.
They just won the ship last year. I don't think this is the end for the Warriors dynasty, but I think it's in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I think it's in trouble.
I don't think when you come to a situation like that, I mean, it's just it's a different type of thing now. They have to play either if LeBron wants to be successful, he got to play Curry. Mm-hmm. Curry wants to be successful, he got to play LeBron, and so forth and so on. Because the West is just so packed right now.
The West is like
it's
the
heavy.
AFC.
Yeah, it's hard hitting in the West right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it used to be East, where LeBron versus Curry on different conferences. Now they both in the same conference. That's going to be a thing.
It is.
I don't think it's the end of their dynasty or success, because honestly, if they have one of the deepest bench players in the NBA, in my opinion. Their bench is outstanding. Only people I got a problem with Jordan Poole. They got to make better decisions. He can't be going out here spending $500 million on Ice Spice and not play a game well. So I think they should probably get rid of him.
The views and opinions
my bad,
expressed
Miss Spice. My bad.
Porch Sports Podcast.
I don't want to get canceled.
Viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, man. I had to get the lawyers.
Yeah.
My bad. They cheap.
Yeah, they cheap, man. But but I don't think it's the end. I think we should be looking forward to seeing them play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
For a good little while.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it's not the end, but it's in danger.
So it's pretty much we got a lot of size in this series with the Nuggets and the Lakers, with Jokic, AD, LeBron, and Gordon got some size to him. Michael Porter. I mean, it's just some big guys about to play some ball.
Right.
So you think it goes to a game 7?
Yeah, I got it going to game 7.
I think it goes to a game 6. Either way, I can't pick a winner right now.
Yeah, no. I don't even look for me to pick a winner because
it's gonna be a great series. I think one of the keys is probably making the Nuggets play from the outside. Jokic is going to dominate the paint. He's going to dominate on rebounds, putbacks, all that good stuff. He's just he a monster, man. He's one of the most consistent players in the playoffs. I think his field goal percentage over the last 10 plus games has been like 69% or higher. Double doubles out the woodworks. I mean, it's just easy, man. He's just a 7-foot monster. I mean, he plays. I don't like his play style, but it's very successful. Right. It's like so lousy, lazy type, But I mean, he can't help it. I mean, he's been eating trees all his life, so while he grew up to be so big. But I think it goes to a game 6.
His Wheaties.
I don't know, man. I think it goes to a game 6. Somebody gonna win in the game 6, but Lakers got the win at Denver for the next. So the first 2 games at Denver, that's tough.
Oh yeah,
that's tough.
Oh yeah, Mile High City.
Yeah, so I think it goes to a game 6 though. As we know, the 76ers and the Celtics got a game 7 tomorrow
on Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day, how you feel about that?
Again, this one could go either way because the 76ers had success at the Garden a few times.
Right.
Hence the game 7. The Garden is not what it used to be.
Right.
So, if I can predict, I'm gonna go with Philly.
I'm gonna go with Philly too, and the reason why I'm gonna go with Philly is because Jason Tatum has not been playing like Jason Tatum should be. Not enough points, man. I mean, he's contributed in other areas as far as rebounds and assists, but the Celtics need you to score, especially when you got Embiid on the other end, which y'all don't have an answer for, in my opinion. I don't think y'all can have y'all don't have a good matchup for Embiid.
No.
So if Jason Tatum can't show up earlier than what he has been, because game 6 he showed up like fourth quarter. Fourth quarter Tatum, he was on the popping then, but he hasn't been playing like he should, man. I'm gonna give it to the Sixers only, and that's one of the keys. Jason Tatum show up early in the first half, Celtics might just go ahead and put away, and they're at home, so it is a possibility that they might just put them away. But it's gonna be a good game, though. It's gonna be a good game. And as we know, whoever wins this game plays the Heat. So I think the Heats are out eliminated either way.
I think the Heat are going to cool off.
I think the Heat.
The Knicks put up a valiant effort, especially game 1.
Right.
But even in game 1, I was sitting there watching it. The Heat was dominating.
I think
the first half, but then the second half, all of a sudden, here they come.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Julius Randle ain't the answer in New York. I think he should be traded. He's just not.
He's not that guy.
He's not it.
Yeah.
He shows up time to time. He'll give you a little flash every now and then, but not consistent enough to be successful. Yeah. So.
Well, the Heat are laying in wait. We'll see. But I see the Heat, like you said, taking that L in that series.
Right.
It could. I mean, it could be either one of those teams.
Whoever they play,
they could get swept. Let's just be real. they could get swept. Realistically. All right, so let's switch gears for a second. So the NFL schedule has finally come out. It's come to fruition. Everybody knows who and when. I mean, you already knew who you were playing, but now you know when you're playing.
Right.
So, as far as a strength of schedule, the New York Football Giants have the most difficult schedule out of the entire NFL. That does not bode well for New York. And they're now listen.
Well, they outplayed they schedule last year, and they beat the Vikings. They was underdogs against the Vikings. They beat them.
But the Vikings are hit or miss.
I know.
You got to admit, the Vikings were hit or miss.
Last year, Vikings was having success underneath the radar like that right there.
I mean, they honestly, the first part of last year, the Vikings came out like gangbusters. Like they beat Aaron Rodgers and them into a pulp. and then they leveled off.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. That Justin Jefferson on the Vikings, that man's a dog.
Yes, he is.
That man is he a dog, I'm telling you.
I'm trying to tell you.
But going back to the Giants, they start the 2023 season prime time against the Dallas Cowboys.
They took it back to the old school days a few years ago.
Yeah.
That used to be a typical game. The Giants and the Cowboys used to always play week 1.
Yeah. I mean,
haven't
they
did
took it back
I don't
about
think
10,
they did
12
it
years
last
ago.
year. Yeah, but typically that's typical.
But they get a break because the Cardinals ain't going nowhere.
Right.
They get a break versus the Cardinals at Arizona, and that's a 4:05 actually. You know, West Coast game's 4:05. Then they got to go to San Fran the following week, which is on the Thursday night. They in trouble. Right there, that first stretch right there, they in trouble.
Right.
Then they got Seattle at home. That could be hit or miss. You know, that's Geno Smith's coming back to New York game, even though it's for the wrong team. Then they got to go on the road versus the Dolphins, and then back-to-back road games versus the Dolphins and the Bills.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then they come back home against the Commanders. That could go either way. And then they're home for their how would you put it? Their cross the hall rival
Right.
versus the Jets. And I think they are the designated home team, so that part really don't matter. But the Jets could possibly put the doggone gangbusters on them. Then they go out to Vegas, and then they go to Dallas. And I'm starting to see a pattern. Here. It's like home, away, home, away for these Giants. And then they got 2 home games back to back. Well, first they go to Washington. So they played the Commanders within 4 weeks of each other. And then they go to Washington. They come back against the Patriots. They stay home for the Packers. They go down to New Orleans. They go to Philadelphia. Whoever came up with that travel plan was not thinking. They're home against the Rams, and they finish up week 18 versus those same Eagles. So they play the Eagles within 2 weeks of each other.
So what do you think what do you think could you give a prediction for the schedule?
Their ceiling is 10 games. The ceiling. Their floor is 7.
Yeah. Because they play Dallas at home. I feel like they win that game.
Yeah, they go come out swinging.
They play the Cardinals. I think they win that game. I think they lose to the 49ers. It's gonna be a nail biter though.
I don't think so.
I think it comes down to the wire.
If the Giants lose that 49er game, that means the 49ers have dominated them the entire game. Then it's on a short week. It's on a short week. Thursday night, they got to travel from New York all the way to California. They're going to lose that game.
Seattle, Washington.
Because you got to think about it. They're going to be on the road back-to-back weeks. So are they going to go back to New York and do some preparation, or are they going to just stay on the West Coast?
No, but I think they lose against 49ers.
Yeah, I think they get beat up. And it's not even their fault, but I think they get beat up.
All right, so they win against Dallas. So they 2-1 right now so far. Then they go to New York. I think they beat Seattle, New York.
Yeah.
I think they beat them in New York.
And it's like a mini bye because it's like Monday night.
Right.
The following Monday night.
So then they go to Miami. They at Miami and at Buffalo. I think they lose both of those games. I think they lose both of those games. I'm sorry.
So that'll put them what now?
So they are
like
what, 2 and 3?
Yeah, 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
Then they go back in New York. They got 2 games in New York. No. They go back on the.
They on the road 2 times in a row, and then they come back week 7. They come back home against the Commanders and the Jets.
So I think they win those 2 games.
Highly doubt they win against the Jets though.
You don't think so? Oh well, they got Aaron Rodgers.
It ain't about Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
it's about their defense.
That too, the defense.
The Jets defense versus Daniel Jones with no weapons. Fred Hammond said it best. He said, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Well,
It won't work." But that weapon that they got in the Jets,
I think it works.
JETS, Jets, and I hate to even. I hope I'm wrong,
I hope
but
I am too.
I really think the Jets.
So let's say they go.
Let's
Let's say they go 1-1. Let's say they win against Washington, which I don't think they win against Washington.
I think they split with Washington this year, though. I think they win in New York, but lose in DC.
Okay. All right. So let's say so they lose in New York. Okay. So now get your piece of paper and then write down these W's and wins. So we ain't got to estimate. We ain't got to estimate.
You know what? We'll go back over.
But then they go so they got the Jets and Washington at home.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go back to California.
They go to
West
Nevada.
Or Nevada.
I keep forgetting. They've been out there for a minute.
They go to Vegas.
And I think they can win that game.
They go to Vegas, to Dallas, and to Washington.
So they got Vegas at 425 week 9. Week 10, they play 425. So, okay, the timing is okay. They could win in Vegas because they don't have Derek Carr anymore. But I don't see them winning in Dallas.
Right, me neither.
I don't see them winning in Dallas.
They'll get them back for that week 1
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
I think so. And then Washington probably get them too in Washington.
Yeah.
And then they go back to New York and play New Orleans.
They play New England and New York.
Yeah, and then they got a bye week. Y'all don't get y'all bye week until week 13.
13.
So that's a lot of football.
The season is about over by the time they get their bye week.
I hope y'all don't catch no injury bug.
I hope, just like you said, I hope they don't get injured. I also hope at some point Daniel Jones live up to that contract.
But pretty much after the bye week, I think they got a chance to possibly go.
Now, they could win against New England because New England is irrelevant at this point now. They could beat Green Bay.
They could beat the Saints.
Don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. All of this depends on the style of their offense. Are they going to go air raid or are they going to rely on Saquon Barkley? If they rely on Saquon Barkley, is he going to hold up? Now, he held up great last year. Is he going to hold up? Does he even want to play?
That's the question.
He could hold out.
He could.
He could be traded.
He could.
So those are a lot of deciding factors. Just like we said, this is pre-training camp. This is pre-June.
Right, yeah.
So they got the Saints. I feel like they could beat the Saints. Now, week 16. Week 16, 17, 18, that is a tough stretch. Because they got the Eagles twice within 2 weeks. They got the first game is a Monday Night Football game at the Link. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all
matter of fact, they play Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, y'all do play Christmas Day.
They play Christmas Day. I don't know.
I don't know. Eagles might got a Christmas party.
These the same Eagles that was in the Super Bowl, so I'm scared. I'm scared for you.
I'm too. And they had a great draft.
Oh my God, they
had
years.
A great draft.
Then they come back home
against
the Rams. The Rams are in rebuild mode, so I can see them beating the Rams. And then they finish up against those same Eagles. They get swept by the Eagles.
And I feel like those last 5 weeks of ball will be cruciating because I think they'll be fighting to get a playoff spot. Because
I don't even think they contend. They playing Eagles a playoff team. Who else was in the playoffs?
They got Eagles as a
Dallas was in the playoffs. The Raiders were in the playoffs.
49ers was the playoff team. Bills and
Jets,
Dolphins.
The Jets could have been in the playoffs. Buffalo, Miami, San Fran. So they got a tough schedule. That
they got a tough. They
don't. That's why I say I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
So you don't think they make playoffs?
I don't even think they get close. I think they'll be like the 9th. I think they finish 9th. 2 places out of a playoff spot. I think they finish 9th.
I can go for it because the way they schedule set up,
It ain't working.
It ain't. But see, if you go over,
Sorry, New York.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I don't think nobody in that division has a schedule like they do. Because just looking at the Cowboys schedule, I feel like they catch all the easy games the first 4 weeks of football. Because see, they go Giants, Jets, Cardinals, and Patriots. So those are all winnable games.
The Cowboys could realistically go 4-0.
The first 4 weeks of football,
which is wild. But I still got Philly winning that NFC East though, because they're head and shoulders probably the best team in that division at this point. I don't believe in the Cowboys at all.
You should.
I don't believe him. I mean, not even speaking on how we talk trash about the Cowboys. I don't believe that they're going to be the Cowboys they were last year, because there's a lot of eyebrows being raised about Mr. Dakota Rain Prescott. But we ain't gonna talk about that right now. All right, so the second hardest schedule with the Jets, I can see that, but they have an equalizer. They have two equalizers. They got their defense, who played phenomenal last year, and then now they have Aaron Rodgers. Don't know what version of Aaron Rodgers they gonna get.
I don't know either, buddy.
But it's crazy because he brought all his receivers to the Jets. But they do have a better receiving core.
Oh man.
Than the doggone Packers.
But look at the Jets schedule. First off, we already know that the Jets is gonna have to beat Buffalo in this division.
Yeah.
That's their week 1 matchup. They're
beatable.
To Buffalo. Oh, they're beatable. But I don't think they're just going. But I don't know. I don't think they're gonna lay down to the Jets. I think this rival will.
I don't think the Jets gonna lay down either.
No, not me either. I would hope not.
I don't think they lie down.
But they go to Buffalo. No, they at home against Buffalo. My bad. They go to Dallas. They home against the Patriots. They're home against Kansas City. They go to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
They're home against the Eagles. To New York to play the Giants. They're home against the Chargers. They're at the Raiders, at Buffalo. They're home for 3 weeks, Miami, Falcons, and Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go to Miami. They got a home game against Washington. They go to Cleveland and to New England.
They play Kansas City?
Oh yeah, they play Kansas City.
Week 4. So
week 4.
Let's break it down into quarters. So they start at home against the Bills. The Bills, to me, looking at them from the outside looking in, they're overrated.
They are.
They're overrated.
I still think I think Buffalo wins this first game.
I can put a case up for the Jets to win that game. I can give you a case. It all depends on the health of Von Miller for the Buffalo Bills. He's coming off an ACL tear. He is old, and the older you get, the slower you heal. That is my case for the Jets to win that game, because when you saw Von Miller go down last year, what did that Buffalo Bill defense do?
Nothing at all.
So I can see the Jets.
The reason why I had the Buffalo Bills winning this game is because the Jets got a lot of new faces.
They do.
Over the last, and it takes time.
Yeah, it does.
And the Bills have just a smidge more of a chemistry base, because they team didn't, like, the Jets did a drastic change. Anytime you bring a quarterback in, it's a drastic change. Whether it's a rookie or it's some changes that got to be, got to take place, because they got to get used to him. He got to get used to them.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to take time for the Jets to come to the full potential that we see them being. Of course, we already know their defense is going to play great.
Yeah.
But their offense got to be able to put up some points.
Here's the thing. If you look at the Jets last year, all they needed was a quarterback.
Absolutely.
All they needed was a quarterback. I mean, Don't get me wrong. I respect the heck out of Joe Flacco. But at this point in time, he's 38.
He had that Raven defense.
He ain't got. I mean, it was close, but I think with Flacco, it was over with. So you can't even. It's weird to say that the Jets could possibly beat the Buffalo Bills. I have more faith in the Jets now than I did the day after Aaron Rodgers was signed. And last year was my measuring stick. They contended for the playoffs up until after mid-season. So, week 1 at home against the Buffalo Bills.
It's a prime time game.
I think they got it. I think the Jets could get it. Man, but they go on the road week 2 versus the Dallas Cowboys. I think they can win that game too. I think they can do it. This is the fact that it's the Aaron Rodgers effect. He never loses to the Cowboys. Period.
Let me see whether they got the 49ers up here. Oh, well, they ain't got the 49ers.
Nah, they ain't got to go there. And if they got the 49ers, I was like, all right, here we go. They got the Patriots. This is a new Jets team. This is probably the best team that the Patriots have. The best Jets team that the Patriots have ever gotten. And I'm going back to the Sanchez days with the Rex Ryan defense at this point. I think they mollywopped. I think they mollywopped the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't think Bill Belichick has seen the Jets team like this since he's been there.
Oh, no. He's seen decent Jet teams. He's seen Jet teams beat them.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's seen that a few times.
He's seen it a few times with Rex Ryan now, but recently
over the last, I'll say
about 10 years.
At least about a good decade.
Yeah,
he ain't seen them like this.
You know, the Jets was the whooping boys.
Yeah, they used to go down there. I need to win. Yeah, I need to win.
We can play the Jets every week. We be all right. I'm trying to tell you. But now this Jets team is probably the best he's seen in about 10 or 12 years. I think they beat them. Now, here's the thing. Kansas City Chiefs, they're coming Sunday Night Football. They're coming to MetLife. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird.
They travel well.
They travel very well. But now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's going to bode in the Jets' favor. What version of the Kansas City Chiefs you going to get? Are you going to get the ones that stumble out the gate? Or you can get the ones that come out swinging.
Oh, I don't know. Now that's a good question there.
Now this Chiefs team, they're powerful, but they're not as powerful as they used to be. So
got out the weight room.
They ain't nobody eating asparagus. So you telling me, Kansas City? I don't know. Let's move on. I don't know.
Right there.
Okay, so they going to Denver. Sunday, October the 8th at 4:25. They go to Denver. Sean Payton's Denver Broncos. I think they lose that too. I think they lose that
Philly right afterwards.
Then they got Philly again. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Listen, we got to find out how these guys gonna play.
We got to see what it look like.
We seen teams on paper look good.
Yeah.
On paper they're great.
On paper they're world beaters.
I'm telling you. And let's be real. Let's just, like, a lot of teams, as the Giants, you know, they're reaping their punishment right now.
Oh yeah.
They outplayed their whole entire schedule, the whole division. They had one of the easiest schedules in the league. They dominated it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have the toughest schedule because you just
the Giants exceeded expectations.
Exactly.
If you are a OG fan of this show, you know the Giants are my Achilles heel because I go for them, and then they let me down.
Right.
Last year, around mid-season, I was looking for that letdown, but the Giants surprised me. Like you said, they overplayed that schedule. I think it's their new look defense that helped them. Getting Wink Martindale was huge for the Giants. I don't care what nobody say. Getting that Wink Martindale. But I know something about Wink Martindale that y'all don't know. And y'all saw flashes of it last year. Wink is going to blitz until he can't blitz no more.
God knows. God knows.
He lives by the blitz and dies by the blitz.
So, okay, but they had Flacco, right? Didn't the Jets start off with Flacco last year?
They started off, they was like, they won. I think we played in week 2 or week 3 or something like that. And they came in there undefeated. But, you know.
Well, y'all played in week 1 last year. They lost to y'all 29-9.
Okay, I was tripping.
Okay. Then week 2, they went and beat the Browns by a point.
Yeah.
Then they lost to Cincinnati 27-12. Then they went on a 4-game winning streak. They beat Pittsburgh, they beat Miami, they beat Green Bay, they beat Denver. So they have beat Denver.
And that was impressive by itself.
But the Denver game was 16-9. They won. That was a close
defensive game.
Yeah. And then they lost to New England 22-17. And then they won to the Bills 20-17. So the first 9 weeks of the football season, they played outstanding. They only lost 3 out of 9 games.
Listen, so they by mid-season they were 6-3.
But look how they finished last year. They lost to New England the second time, 10-3. They lost to Chicago. Well, no, they won to Chicago 31-10. Then they lost to the Vikings, lost to the Bills, lost to the Lions.
That was their quarterback.
Lost to the Jags, lost to Seattle, and lost to Miami. So
think about it though. Think about the quarterback situation though.
Yeah, they went from Flacco to White, and they went Flacco. About after the bye week, they went to.
I think Flacco got dinged up or something like that.
Yeah, so they finished off with White.
But think about it. That's why I can't even fault them because the first 9 weeks they started 6-3.
Yeah.
So I can't even. I got to say they're gonna be better because all they needed was a quarterback.
And in the first 9 weeks,
and had a lot of close losses.
In the first 9 weeks of football, they're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playoff teams out of 9 games.
Well, at Giants, they gonna be home. They gonna be the away team, but that's their house too.
But like you said,
and then they get an early bye. They get an early bye week 7.
I think what it comes down is Aaron Rodgers. What
version?
What version of Aaron Rodgers we gonna get?
What version?
How will he play? With these, he has the young skill players, and he has a pretty deep. I mean, way better defense than what he had in Green Bay.
Yeah.
But I think it comes down to that offense, man. They have the defense to be able to keep this, in a competitive game. But you got to be able to go out there and win. And when you playing teams like Kansas, and
it's like
people that really take time and craft their offense.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. That play calling, man.
It does. It comes down to scheme because Kansas City is weird. Yeah. They're weird because they could beat up on everybody, but can't get past Cincinnati. But
Cincinnati gave him a fight.
Here's the thing that I did not notice until right there. The entire AFC East, each team has the hardest schedule.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 schedule. Miami got the 5th, Buffalo 4th, New England 3rd, Jets 2nd. Hardest schedule.
Yeah.
So they're gonna beat up on each other. We already know that. They're gonna beat up on each other. But so that tells me they all facing playoff teams, and it's not going to be well. The Eagles, Super Bowl runner-up, they got the 6th hardest schedule. I think they make it. I think they make it back to the playoffs on top of winning their division, of course. I think they do it. The Rams, this is the weirdest case study ever because they got the 7th hardest schedule, but as we can see, they are in rebuild mode. I think they wound up with a top 10 draft pick. I think they wound up with a top 10 draft pick. This is a team that's weird. Another weird team, the Chargers. They just had their first taste of playoff success last season, under the administration of Mr. Herbert. Let's look at the Chargers. Let's kind of go in depth with the Chargers because they are an interesting case study. And we ain't gonna take up much more of y'all time, people. But look at your neighbor and say, neighbor. Let me stop playing.
Oh man.
All right, so they in trouble. So they open up home opener in Miami. Mm-hmm. They go to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. They go to Minnesota, and they go to the Raiders. And they got a real early bye. Their bye week is 5. Ooh,
got a stretch from
they in
5
trouble.
to 18. Yeah,
because after the bye, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bears, Jets, Lions. Lions are scary. They on the come up.
Yeah, they boy.
Yes, sir.
They might. Matter of fact, let me just refresh my memory because
they got
Lions.
And while you doing that, they're going to Green Bay. They play Baltimore at home. 11/26. Ain't that around Thanksgiving? Okay. So we shoot, we on Thanksgiving. Like we on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Ain't that a kicking them out? But they know greatness when they see it. So they go at New England, they go Denver, they get the Raiders again, they got the Bills, then back to Denver, and they finish up with Kansas City. The Chargers are in trouble.
Yeah, I think the Lions compete for that division. I think the Lions might win.
Oh yeah. But getting back,
who's scared of the Vikings?
Ain't nobody scared of the Vikings. We saw a chink in the armor.
Green Bay is nobody. Oh, not the Bears.
The Bears could be possibly.
They could be there, but going back to what you were saying.
But let's go back. So the Cowboys had the 9th hardest schedule. The Commanders had the 10th. Again, in the NFC East, they're going to beat up on each other anyway.
So it's really the two divisions that really had a outstanding year was the AFC East and the NFC East.
Pretty much.
So
but the AFC West won the Super Bowl, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Cowboys, Commanders at number 10, Cowboys at number 9 respectively. Seahawks got number 11 schedule. I think the NFC West plays the AFC North this year. Cardinals got the number 12 schedule. They in trouble. Kansas City it was just crazy. How does the Super Bowl winner have almost middle of the pack schedule?
Because they're outside, they're the biggest successor out of that division.
Yeah.
I mean, and they drugged themselves to the Super Bowl.
they went, literally, my man's lipped to the Super Bowl. I don't think they repeat this year, though. I don't think they repeat.
I don't think they compete either. I think they get kicked out of the playoffs somehow in the division round. I see them.
I think somebody like Cincinnati again, but we'll talk about that later.
No, Cincinnati ain't going. I'm sorry.
I think they do. They too much right now. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we talk about it.
All right, we got the Broncos at 14, the 49ers at 15. So the schedule's getting easier. The Raiders at 16, the Bengals at 17. And here's a little tidbit. The Eagles, Jaguars, and Bengals have the hardest schedules inside their division.
Okay.
So division-wise, in the AFC North-wise, they have the hardest schedule in the North.
Oh, okay.
Then,
good.
Right. So then we got the Vikings at 18, the Steelers at 19. They have the smallest estimated differences, the point differential between 2022 and 2023. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No point.
They need to score.
Yeah.
Get the ball to the end zone. But they got the Buccaneers at 20. They have like a toss-up schedule. The Ravens have the 21st.
Y'all way down yonder.
Good.
Maybe because all them injuries.
Nah, we done did some
Y'all
reworking.
okay? And then next year, y'all probably had the hardest schedule.
Hey.
Y'all might just.
Hey,
Y'all got Odell, y'all got Mark, y'all got J.K. Dobbins, y'all got Lamar Jackson.
but we had the hardest schedule before and still made it back.
Yeah.
So I ain't worried about
I
that.
mean, it's normally the Ravens having the hard. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the time.
Most of the time, is the Ravens always having the hardest schedule. I mean, just by having Lamar Jackson back in the fold, that's a 4-game swing right there.
Right.
So-
Already. And then you got Odell. He might give you a game-winning touchdown.
You know,
Andrews
or on like 4th and short, a key first down to get in the field goal range. You know how it works.
You got the golden leg Justin Tucker.
Yes,
over there.
sir, boy.
Y'all need to pay him about $4 million.
Man, look.
Y'all need to make him the highest paid kicker in NFL
I
history.
think we did
Y'all did?
when he got his first contract. we made him the highest paid kicker.
Yeah, he should be.
But and it's crazy. This dude been at the league over a decade now.
Yeah, that boy. And I
remember when he was a rookie.
That just shows you that whatever you do, be the best that you could be.
Be the best.
Because
one of my college instructors told me, Dr. Potter, I ain't gonna never forget her for it. She said, "You be an expert in what you do."
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a pipe laying plumber, you be an expert.
I'm telling you, be
like
the best you can
be. The best, man. So good, but keep it on going. We got the Jaguars at 22. They have the hardest schedule out of the AFC South because they were. Did they win that division?
Who that? The Jags?
Who came out? The Jags. They did make the playoffs.
Let me see. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they won the division. Yeah. The Browns, I think they have the easiest schedule in the AFC North.
That division's so trash.
It really is.
The AFC South. What's the point? You can pick 4 college teams: Alabama, Clemson, and some other football teams.
You can put Miami, Alabama, Clemson, and South Carolina in that division.
I'm telling you, it'll be a dogfight.
You could put the SC. No, I take that back. You could put Georgia, Alabama. You could put Auburn, because you need some rivals. You could put Georgia and Clemson and Alabama and Auburn in that division.
Yeah, and it'll be better.
It'll be better football
than this AFC South mess.
Right. Somebody got to win it.
It's just a mess, man.
But the AFC South ain't really been good in 15 years.
Yeah,
if you think about it,
they should be. They quick to change the doggone name. They need to change team.
When you had Manning and McNair in the same division,
right?
Come on, man. Those two won co-MVP. Yeah. That's the first time I seen that 2 quarterbacks win MVP because it came to a tie.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns, they could possibly win 10 games, depending on Deshaun Watson. I'm gonna be honest, because they got the 23rd hardest schedule. The Lions.
I think it's a 3-head race in the AFC.
Yeah.
Steelers, Ravens, and Cincinnati.
I can't even call it though.
I can't call it. I'm not putting them in order.
No, not like that. But I think each. How can I put this so it won't sound like I'm rooting for the Browns? If Deshaun Watson comes out pre-scandal. If he comes pre-Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson pre-scandal.
Oh, that's what you're okay.
Then the AFC North gonna have to fight hard. You gonna have to fight.
I'm not beating on it.
I don't know. Look, now.
I ain't worried about it.
Look, now.
I don't think you should be worried about it. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, I tell you what, I ain't worried. But I'm concerned.
Still ever worried. Except for one little time they beat us in the playoffs. Woo-de-doo. And they ain't go nowhere. They ain't even. You beat.
It was their Super Bowl though.
Yeah.
And think about it. Think about the way it happened. Y'all were the best team in the AFC North that particular year. Y'all went on an unprecedented 11-game winning streak. We softened you up. The Commanders saw what we did and finished it.
Did it better.
And did it a little bit better. And then y'all just fell off at the end.
Yeah, but still, it's just like, man, really, the Browns, I mean.
But they got to think about it.
They had Deshaun Watson. They
have the conditions are right for them.
I mean.
The conditions are right for them.
Yeah, the conditions are right, but.
It depends on what they do with it.
I don't know, dude. Give them $1 billion.
They'll
go buy a Tesla rather than go buy a house. They ain't got no house. They go buy a Tesla. They just want to play with toys all day. That's all they need.
I mean, if you look at it from the totality, the football standpoint of it, I'm concerned about Myles Garrett. I'm concerned to a certain degree. I'm concerned about Mr. Raper Man, Deshaun Watson.
I cannot believe it.
My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call him that name. But he is a legitimate concern, especially if you get that Houston Texan touch me, tease me. But if you get that, they ain't gonna take the division, but they gonna be a problem.
They might call a little disruption, but it's all right. We gonna get it all together.
Yeah, we got something for you. Don't get it twisted. We got something for you.
Honestly,
but don't.
I think they. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about AFC North.
Yeah, we'll get to that prediction in the future show. The Lions, they are coming up. These ain't the 2008 Lions that we've known and loved and talked about all these many years. The Lions could possibly win that NFC North crown.
All the crying Dan Campbell did.
I just don't know what happened. He cried.
Boy, God heard his cry, boy.
He said, "Do not pass me by." I'm calling Savior. Oh,
that boy cried.
But honestly though, boy, he cried hard, boy. But the Lord heard his cry and supplication. The Lord said, "I hear you, my son."
No, but
I'm gonna sprinkle and help you.
They're gonna be in a dogfight with the Vikings, though.
I think they can overtake them.
They can.
I think they can overtake them.
They built their time.
I'm watching Aiden Hutchinson.
About time, because for the last 2 years, the Lions has been showing a lot of fight in their game.
They been getting stronger. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
y'all better watch out.
And they're coming back.
And then there's no Aaron Rodgers in that division no more.
No more Aaron Rodgers. You just got to play.
You got Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And my man from Chicago, Justin Fields. So you got to deal with them too.
So yeah.
But
they just gave him DJ Moore. Right?
Yeah. That's like a game swing in their favor right there.
Right.
Tennessee Titans, who are possibly in a rebuild. Y'all are not the Titans of old. Y'all trash. So we going
not shocking anybody.
Yeah.
With Derrick Henry anymore. They pretty much
they ran him in the ground.
Everybody already knows what to do against Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, either you're said than done. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Because you don't listen. You don't want to hit him for 4 quarters.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, once you isolate him, because he's the biggest issue you have. He's the only issue you have.
don't have to worry about that passing game.
You have to pretty
you
much.
Gotta respect that
the schematics, the scheme is making Ryan Tannehill or whoever their quarterback is play quarterback. Make them
play from behind
the ball and make them play behind.
Make them play when they play from behind.
Yeah,
they in trouble.
So that division is so trash. So I think Tennessee probably still win it though. Somehow.
Nah, I got Jacksonville in that division.
I forgot about Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is the most complete team in that division.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is going to be a problem.
The end of the season.
Trevor Lawrence is going to be a problem.
Yeah, he is.
See, honestly, with him, I didn't think his game was going to translate well from college to NFL. Boy, was I wrong. But I can admit when I'm wrong. So, but moving on, we got the Bears at 26, the Panthers at 27. I don't know. Like Keith, shout out to Keith. He's actually going to that Cowboys Panthers game. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the state of their defense to me, because offensively,
except for that rookie running back, I like that rookie running back.
They had a decent draft. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know offensively. I just don't know. Houston, trash. Colts, trash to the second power.
Trash-ish.
I can say trash-ish because I don't know about Anthony Richardson. I think, don't get me wrong, he came on strong, had a great pro day, but before the pro day, you never heard of.
So they got the
Colts. They will have the 29th
easiest schedule,
hardest schedule.
Oh, it's the hardest schedule.
So their schedule is down at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, so they should win all the games.
But they
put you down there, then you should be winning.
You should win at least 50% of your games.
At least. Just to say, hey, overachieved.
Yeah, I mean, just say it's an overachieve. You ain't going to the bottom of the bottom feeders. You want to overachieve your goal. Packers, they have the second friendliest away schedule.
I bet. And it's only going to get worse. I'm intrigued to see how Jordan Love takes over Green Bay.
I'm
Good luck to you. They didn't give anything to Aaron Rodgers.
They
see what they give.
They darn sure they ain't gonna get nothing to you.
I hope they do. I hope they have a change of heart. Maybe Aaron Rodgers sucking up too much money.
Maybe.
With younger players that's under contract longer, they tend most franchises. That's just when I got on, you know.
I've been meaning to say something.
Yeah,
about that.
I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna come disrespect my house. Came in my house, took your shoes off, and propped your foot on my table. But I mean, much respect to you, boys. I mean, I don't like them. I respect them.
Right.
You know, it's
vice versa.
You know what I'm saying? But you ain't had to wear that bull job. But anyway, Atlanta Falcons, they got the 31st schedule, and the Saints have the easiest schedule at number 32.
Right.
There is no excuse for the Saints.
Yeah.
The Falcons, I don't know about the Falcons. I don't know about them. Their quarterback situation is not ideal.
A whole nother rebuild.
That's a rebuild. The Saints, I think Derek Carr is that bridge quarterback. I don't know though.
I can see what you're saying with that. Yeah.
He's that
just to get him over.
Just to have something for this year.
Just to see if the backup quarterback could maybe able to play in, because they ain't gonna win Derek Carr.
But I mean,
he's not even. He don't really give me Saint. I mean, I don't know where Derek Carr should go. I mean, he's
better than what they had.
Now that is true.
I mean, there was talk about him winning an MVP at some point.
Yeah, but
the Raiders really never get. I mean,
like
outside of Darren Waller,
if you can't do nothing with Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, and Devontae Adams, and that's not mentioning the Raiders.
Okay, you got the weapons, but his offensive line was horrible.
But didn't they restructured their offensive line this past season?
Did they?
They did.
He did a lot playing on his back.
Well, let me see how many times he got sacked.
He had some time on his back now.
Because I just don't know about Derek Carr, man. He just ain't it. He ain't it. Like, he got the arm.
Yeah.
I mean, he just, I don't know. Maybe because he's just a pocket passer.
I think he's in a better situation in New Orleans, though, because I like the defense. Mm-hmm. Even though, what's his face?
He was sacked
Cameron
27
Jordan.
times.
Sacked how much?
27.
What was his stat line last year?
Like his overall, for the whole year?
Completions.
He threw for 3,522 yards, which was 14. Mm-hmm. 24 touchdowns, which was 12. 14 interceptions, tied for 30th. And he had a QBR of 55.5.
I accept your point. I do apologize. But I really think he's in a better situation. But I can't even put last year on him because this is his first year in Josh McDaniels' system.
Mm-hmm. But Josh McDaniels did a great job going back to the offensive line thing.
He did good.
I've seen it in the preseason of how the gameplay and everything that he was doing with the offensive line. They was trying to do better at protecting them because I believe the following year he was sacked like 40 times. So it went from 40 to 27.
I look at it like this though. This might be a little controversial, but they had Devontae Adams, and teams were keying in on Devontae Adams. You can't even.
Of course,
they figured him out. He was missing Henry Ruggs, man.
That's the one.
He was missing Henry Ruggs.
And
remember, Waller was hurt.
That's the key right there.
That was the key.
That's the key.
So he had. So I think the better. So my bad. The better situation was the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if he had Henry Ruggs,
it would have been over.
That would have been over because
Chiefs who?
It would have been like an Antonio Brown, Juju Smith. I'm sorry to take it to the Steelers, but that is the one thing I know. But I'm just saying, we remember when Juju Smith went for 1,500 yards because everybody was double teaming Antonio Brown. That's the same kind of thing we would have seen with the Raiders.
I agree.
Henry Ruggs would have had an awesome season. He probably would have won Dong Offensive Player of the Year.
Henry Ruggs would have probably did better than Justin Jefferson.
What, for the season?
For the season.
I don't know now. That Justin Jefferson, he was gritty, and every time he got a chance, he got him up there doing the
I got tired of that dance, man. Then everybody started doing it. I'm like, oh my God, that dance looks so stupid. I'm like, yo, that y'all look stupid. What is y'all doing? But going back though. And I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. Let's talk about Baltimore for just a few seconds.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because you got that punk tail jersey on in my house.
Shout out to Najee Harris, man.
So we start off at Houston. No, Houston come to us. Then we go to Cincinnati. We come back home versus Indianapolis. We go to the Browns, to the Steelers, to London versus the Titans. Back home versus Detroit. At a game that I wish I can go to. The Arizona Cardinals at Arizona. I do want to go to that game, honestly. Then we got the Seahawks at home. We got the Browns at home. We got the Bengals at home. We go out to the Chargers. We come back home for the Rams. We go to Jacksonville. We go Christmas Day to the 49ers. Then we got 2 back-to-back home games versus Miami and Pittsburgh. The ceiling is 9 games. No, excuse me. The floor. Depending on how well this injury situation play out. The floor will be 8 games. The ceiling, 13 games. You heard it here first.
13 games?
13.
You think Baltimore will win 13 games?
We done it before. In the past couple of years. We done it before.
Y'all really see. Y'all something else.
Nah, see, this is because we got a lot of winnable games. Houston Texans, winnable.
That's a dub. I don't need it.
Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati. I ain't scared of them.
It's already a dub. Y'all win week 1.
We can win week 2.
Since y'all play Cincinnati, what, home or away?
We play them at Cincinnati. The last time we played Cincinnati, we were a dropped. No, I can say drop. We was a fumble away from beating them. I have a better chance of winning versus Cincinnati than you do.
What?
The Ravens defense is better than Steelers defense. I'm sorry. Top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
I don't know about top to bottom. I don't know about top to bottom.
I'm gonna start the secondary.
Oh, secondary, yeah.
You got the linebacker position.
You got me as far as inside linebacker, but I feel like our 2 outside linebackers is better than y'all's. And our front and our.
I mean, TJ Watt is a beast. TJ Watt is a beast, but that's all you got.
You forgot about Alex Highsmith.
Again, TJ Watt is a beast, but that is all you got.
So who y'all got that's better than Alex Highsmith?
I can make a case for Tyus Bowser
being better than Alex Highsmith.
What is Alex Highsmith's stats from last year?
Let me show you. Oh Lord have mercy. What about the rest of the defensive line? Oh, y'all did. Did y'all have Calais? Calais Campbell?
No, he ain't with us. But
Derek Wolf.
We ain't had him in like 2 years.
Oh. Who's on y'all defensive line?
We got Michael Pierce. We got Adafi Owe. We got David Ajabo, who I'm expecting big things from. But y'all defensive line wasn't all that great though. People's routinely running up the score against y'all. Not running up the score, but just running against y'all period last year. Y'all run defense was horrible.
Part of the reason why is because TJ Watt was injured.
Yeah. That's a yearly occurrence. But anyway, I really feel like we can beat Cincinnati week 2. Week 3, Indianapolis. That's good. I think we dropped that game to Cleveland though. think we dropped that game to Cleveland. I hate to even say it, but this is about from week 4, like we said it before we started recording, week 4 to week 7. Yeah, week 4 to week 7, it's gonna be rough. Because we could possibly lose week 4, week 5, and win week 6. But we've played good at Pittsburgh, so I ain't too worried about Pittsburgh like that. And I'm not really worried about Cleveland, but those 2 games would go either way because they're divisional games. Tennessee, we got to go to London. I don't know about that one. Last time we was in London, it did not look good at all. But I think we can beat them because I think they're in a small rebuild. Detroit Lions, I'm concerned about them. Because the last time we played them, we barely beat them.
Last year, Alex Hal-Smith went 63 total tackles, 14 and a half sacks, and 5 forced fumbles.
It's pretty good. Pretty darn good. But look at the totality of your defense.
What, with the additional pieces? Or without the additional pieces?
Even with the signing of Patrick Peterson is old.
I mean, yeah, he's at age. And
He's and in that
but he played
black and blue division,
he played his best year of football last year.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't see that as a counterpoint to the Bengals and their offense.
I feel like I don't know.
And then you're gonna have to score unless you can hold them in check for all 4 quarters. I mean, of course Cincinnati gonna get their points. You're gonna have to score with them.
Yeah, Cincinnati got a lot of firepower over there. But they've been having Jamar Chase and T. Higgins for at least about a year or 2.
Yeah.
Now, which they're just so...
They're the same person. It's just that T. Higgins is way more physical. T. Higgins go up there and go get it. That's why they need to go and get him his money.
Right.
Stop playing. T. Higgins will go ahead and go get it, man.
Yeah, he's their... Yeah,
He their dog.
That's their dog.
That's like their Anquan Bolden.
The Jamar Chase is like a one-trick pony. I think really between those outstanding slants and the 9 and maybe a great post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty much.
I could give you that, but I think he's a little bit better than one trick. He might got 2 tricks in the sleeve.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. He might can gallop.
Depending on the corner.
Depending on who the corner is. I've seen him get locked up last year.
But see, going back to what you was saying about Patrick Peterson, in our system, I don't think he'll be our number 1 corner.
He gonna be the inside slot corner. I really feel like they'll put him on the tight end at this point in his career.
Probably so.
Because the AFC North, the way these receiving cores are stacking up in the AFC North now, it's like it's some horses out there. You got Amari Cooper, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Odell Beckham Jr. in the same division.
Right. Yeah, it's
gonna be. I mean, that's why I say I give the Ravens a slight better advantage to beat the Bengals as opposed to the Steelers because I love the. I mean, not saying that as a fan, but the Ravens secondary is better. I mean, and for that game, the Ravens held them in check for that game, but again, we get on the 1 yard line and fumble. 98-yard touchdown. I still see that play in my head. But
you know what? I'll give you that. Well, first before I give you that, let me just see something else real quick.
How many? let me ask you a question. How many sacks versus the Bengals did TJ Watt have last year?
Let me see.
That's a good question. I need to know because that'll probably help me sway my opinion towards Pittsburgh.
TJ Watt last year, he had a half sack.
That's it.
Yeah, he had a half
He did miss some time last year though, right?
Yeah, he did.
So
this was in November.
I want to say he missed the first
He had
game.
1 sack the first game.
Yeah.
Half sack the second.
So he had 1.5 sack. So
they do a great job at minimizing. He only averages 1 sack against Cincinnati.
Oh yeah. So I give the Ravens a slight advantage. Just only because, and don't get me wrong, I like TJ Watt. I don't like him when he plays against us, but honestly, I like TJ Watt.
I don't like him when he plays against us.
Like TJ Watt, that dude, I ain't even gonna front.
Oh my god.
But like I said, against Cincinnati, he don't really show up. That's why I need Baltimore to see what Cincinnati do against him and implement that same strategy quick.
But see,
And Cincinnati defense, and then what the crazy part is, Cincinnati's offensive line, like they had to retool their offensive line last year because the year before, because Burrow got sacked about 60 times the year before.
Didn't Cam Hayward retire?
I don't know.
I think Cam Hayward retired.
Don't say that, y'all in trouble.
I really, matter of fact, he did because
believe it.
Oh wow.
because he did retire. He did retire because that's why we drafted who we drafted.
You sure?
I think so. I really, really think so. I think he retired. I really do.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm searching.
Nah.
He didn't retire?
And this story came out February 21st. Cam Hayward repeats he's not retiring.
Oh, not retiring.
You
It must
won't
have
see
been
me.
news.
You won't see me on no expletive beach.
Okay, I got you.
So I don't. Yeah.
But that's
But I mean, even
one
though
of my
he's-
X factors as well.
Even though he's long in the tooth now, he's still playing high level. I
feel
got mad
like-
respect for him.
And this is just my opinion. I feel like what makes the Steelers front good
It's Cam Hayward.
is the fact you can't double team nobody.
No.
If you double team Watt, Cam Hayward is going to succeed. Maybe Alex House-Smith, which he didn't really show himself until he had no choice but to play the starting position.
Yeah.
But he's been playing pretty good on the right side. He's been playing good on the opposite side of. I'm still kind of upset we got rid of Bud Dupree. That was awesome, but never mind.
He wanted that money though.
Yeah, he wanted the money.
But y'all had to pay TJ Watt.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what makes that front special is because you can't, and that's in any circumstances. If you have a great pass rusher, you have a complimentary D tackle, nose guard, or nose tackle.
But y'all run D was horrible last year.
Yeah, our run defense has been horrible over the last few years, I should say.
I say about the last 7 years.
But our pass defense has gotten better. Because we led the league in takeaways.
That's because Minka Fitzpatrick.
Well, yeah, Minka Fitzpatrick played a part of that for 1 year.
I think he led y'all defense in interceptions last year.
Yeah, probably did.
I think he led. Yeah, I
Minka
mean,
Fitzpatrick is man.
that was probably now looking at it now as opposed to when it happened. That was probably the best acquisition y'all made within the past 20 years.
Well, no, we've seen that the game after. The
Right.
game after when we had to go play. I mean, even though we still somehow lost
I was just
against
mad.
the 49ers.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, he
40
showed that he was supposed to be there off rip.
But the 49ers were great that year.
Yeah, that was pretty good, but when you turn over the ball 6 times,
Exactly.
you don't supposed to.
You're not supposed to win.
You're not supposed to win that game.
That's 6 times 7 is 42.
But yeah,
So
I feel like
You gave a
though,
potential 42 points.
I feel comfortable where we are and what we did in the draft and
Yeah.
the free agency. Like, honestly, I like the fact that Kevin Colbert is gone because Kevin Colbert, he played it too safe. You know,
He did.
Like, he wouldn't address the issues.
That's because of AB.
No, not just. I'm just talking about with drafting and
That's
free
what I'm
agency.
saying. That's what I'm saying because AB
But
did
even,
what he
but
did.
even after AB, he still didn't.
I can't even call that. I cannot call that because last year Kevin Colbert had possibly the steal of the draft as far as wide receiver.
What, George Pickens?
That was a steal to me, in my opinion.
And everybody else just passed on him. That's
Yeah.
the issue. Because, I mean, we drafted him late.
Y'all, I mean, he was a second round pick.
Yeah.
That ain't really late. I mean, he dropped to the second round.
For the quarterback class that wasn't all that great last year.
Oh, I could have told you that.
Like he could have.
I think we said on this show
he should have really been drafted in the first round.
But y'all needed a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all had to go do it.
As far as the other teams that went before us,
Yeah.
I'm surprised he wasn't. I mean, but the Steelers always draft good receivers.
Exactly. and who was the man?
Kevin
with
Colbert.
Exactly.
But
so
I'm saying,
I
as
can't
far as
say
the other, as he would do that. He can find somehow.
he just couldn't find defense.
He could find a receiver, but as far as like going ahead and filling the holes, like under this management, we're not playing with the offensive line. Obviously, we didn't drafted the first round offensive tackle. We didn't sign offensive linemen, so that shows that okay, we already know what we need to be able to protect Kenny Pickett, so he ain't got to run for his life. For his life. So I feel comfortable where we are.
Yeah, I think y'all still
and we still. I mean, and we drafted well this year. That's not even.
I mean, that's not even. I can't say it's not up for debate because it is debatable. But honestly, if I was to predict right here, right now, y'all ceiling is 9 games. I can see y'all winning 9 with Kenny Pickett. The floor is 6.
No, I don't think. Well, no, 6 games. Good
If
job.
Kenny Pickett has to lose some time
due to what? Injury?
due to injury, y'all floor is 6 games.
Steelers ain't never won 6 games.
Y'all came close. Y'all came close.
Close don't count.
But the fact that y'all celebrate mediocrity the way y'all do, I'm helping you out.
Yeah, but
It's a 3-game swing.
6 games is extreme.
But think about it. Losing Kenny Pickett, that is a 3-game swing against y'all right there.
If we were to lose
If your
Kenny
ceiling is
Pickett, but
if your ceiling is 9 games, y'all know there's no more 8-8. So I'm giving you 9. If it was a 16-week season, I would give you 8, and your floor would have been 5.
Right. Yeah.
So 6-11 is not bad.
It's bad for the Steelers. It is.
It's laughable for the Steelers, but I don't see this is gonna be year 2. Matter of fact, year 1.5 for Kenny Pickett. So we'll see. We'll see. If he, like I said, if he has to miss time, y'all got to go back to Trubisky, and he got to finish the year. Nah.
I feel like we got. I mean, just looking at this schedule, I feel like I could call 6 games that we could possibly win. We got the Texans. That's the win. Should be.
It better be. It better.
But you know what though? The thing that ticks me off about my proud Pittsburgh Steelers, we always drop the ball against mentioned teams like the Texans.
Yeah.
Like, we dropped the ball against teams that we shouldn't drop the ball against.
Y'all play down to your competition.
Exactly. And why would you do such a thing?
So y'all open up at home
against the 49ers.
Against the 49ers.
That's a dogfight off rip. Like,
that's your hind parts.
And
then you got Cleveland back to back.
We got Cleveland Raiders. I mean, we got Cleveland Raiders, Texans, and Baltimore after that.
Y'all easiest game, because Raiders can be debatable, but y'all easiest game in the first 4 weeks is the Texans.
Yeah, because Browns got it out for us. 49ers is gonna play good.
There was a point in time that you could look at the Browns and be like, that's a dub.
We got to stop Christian McCaffrey, somehow contain Deebo Samuel, and
if y'all run defense does not improve,
just make that rookie quarterback play quarterback.
If y'all run defense did not improve, my goodness, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, for the first 2 weeks, it's gonna be a problem.
And you got to stop Christian McCaffrey both ways.
So we got to stop three good running backs for 3 straight weeks. Christian McCaffrey, Nick Chubb, and Josh Jacobs.
And then by week 5, you got to get a dose of J.K. Dobbins. Then y'all buy is week 6. Rams, y'all can win that. The Jaguars, y'all have had historical trouble against the Jaguars
And the Titans.
And
then the Packers. We should be able to beat them. We should be able to blow them out.
That's why I say. All right. I can adjust. Y'all sealing this 10 games.
There you go. That's more like.
I will give you 10. But your floor is 6.
No, just he went right back to 6 because I said something.
Not even.
As soon as I started saying,
you know I gotta be petty. You know I gotta be petty. I gotta be petty about it.
Yeah, Lord have mercy.
All right, your floor is 7.
Yeah, I hear to say it. That's a dog gonna say, boy.
Your floor is 7 games.
You got it bad. You got it bad.
But honestly, I can see y'all with it. If y'all really get back to steal away, y'all can win 10 games.
It comes down to the offensive line, which was a big. But the thing is, the offensive line improved the more they played. Like we had nobody. I don't think nobody know or really realized we had a rookie offensive line. The full front 5 was all rookie.
Y'all offensive line was young.
So.
And they had the task of blocking for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, so
in a way that's a gift, in a way that's a curse.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, y'all got your 9-8 record. You know, y'all finished the game above 500. You know,
as always.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all take that to fame, boy. I'll be mad as 5. I'm like, what? Y'all happy because of that? But anyway,
yeah.
But.
How many teams can say they consistently go over 500? Definitely nobody in the AFC South.
Dag, you just got an alt against the NFC South, though.
I mean, barely anybody in the AFC West.
True. I mean, that's something to be celebrated to a point. If I was a fan, I'm
not wishing that we just make it over 500.
It's like
that's nobody. But
if I was a fan, knowing how I think, I'm like, okay, this is unacceptable. You okay with going 9-8 every year?
I mean, no, not every year, but I think with the cards that we are being dealt, like when you think you just ain't gonna get no books and you still manage to grab board, you listen. Okay,
listen, as a Space player myself, I've had some really good hands. Boy, I had hands where I would call 10 off rip. You playing with me? And there has been hands I'll sit back in the chair.
Exactly. So you understand how to celebrate for the little thing.
But if I could say,
so you mean to tell me if Baltimore Ravens take away Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and J.K. Dobbins, just John Harbaugh, a rookie quarterback, a rookie offensive line,
so that's
Asian
different.
Defense. No.
That's different.
I'm pitting you in the Steelers' shoes. You have a great coach.
You have a quarterback that should have been gone 5 years ago.
Exactly.
You have a running back who the jury is still out on. You have, in my opinion, the best wide receiver that came out of last year's draft.
George Pickens.
You have.
I don't think he was. I don't know whether he was the best, but he.
What other? No. I take that back. The dude from the Jets.
Oh yeah.
Dude from the Jets. Yeah. My bad. I don't
know. George definitely top 4.
He up there.
Yeah, he up there because nobody expected that.
No.
But anybody that listen to Young Boy all day, you should be expecting that type of stuff. He's the menace to society.
The menace to NFL teams everywhere.
I'm trying to tell you, buddy.
So if I was put in that position
as a coach, you know you don't have no chance of making the playoffs.
That's different though. So that's the conditions of that's the nature of the beast. But going into week 1, you're not saying, "Oh, we not making the playoffs." Let's get 9 games. At least get 9. You ain't say.
I mean, well, you at least got to get 9
at least
get 9 to the end of the playoffs.
The way it's stacked now.
Well, 10.
10 ain't even gonna get you there the way it is now.
Push for 10, 11.
You better push about 10, 11, 12. But I mean, I get what you're saying. Trust me, I get it. You know, and the conditions are different. But at the same token, you shouldn't be in that position.
We
You're the
shouldn't
Steelers.
be, but I mean, we shouldn't be, but I mean, hey.
As a concerned neighbor.
This is the first time in 2 decades that the entire team is.
This is a long overdue rebuild.
Is.
It's long overdue. It was long overdue because y'all held on to the magic of Roethlisberger forever, and I'm like, dog, he's not it. Y'all started declining when AB left. Let's be real.
Yeah, we felt the effects of that.
Y'all, because Juju was not him.
We found that out.
But it's crazy.
We found that out
But it's crazy.
Way.
It's crazy. They leave Pittsburgh and go get a ring. I don't get it.
I mean, they went to go play with Tom Brady.
That is true. Twice. Twice time.
So,
and
I really don't.
And of course, Juju went to go play with Kansas City.
Exactly. So
he got the easy way out.
Those ring winnings that they did get is very small marginal because you went to 2 teams that was pretty much dominating or had a better chance, an extreme better chance.
Yeah, I mean, and I got to give it to him. One knew his role and shut his mouth, and the other one just went crazy.
And one of them didn't even do anything.
He was just there,
like literally.
You can't do
both
Juju like that
players
though.
was really there. AB made one play in the end zone with the cut in, the cut out, and caught the pass. That was 1 touchdown. You won that one. Juju hardly did anything in the Super Bowl.
You can't do that, man.
Oh
like
no,
that.
man!
You can't do that,
everybody
man. Like
tell
that.
they left Pittsburgh and won a ring.
I think it's funny to me.
And then the thing that gets me is, like, even if we don't, we're a majority of the reason why there's a lot of star receivers here in the league today. Over the last 10 years, we drafted Mike Wallace. Like the history of wide receivers that has came through Pittsburgh, we birthed them.
I give you that. Y'all had receiver was it for you. Y'all was like wide receiver you.
Deontay Johnson and George Pickens would be the next ones if we don't keep them. Because obviously the only Hall of Fame receiver that we've had is Hines Ward. That we've kept and he's went nowhere else is Hines Ward.
That is true because Plaxico left, Santonio left, Mike left, Emmanuel Sanders left, AB left.
Yep. Juju left.
Dang, that is true.
Hines Ward. So with that,
dang,
it's been a lot of receivers that we've put on the map. Because let's not forget, AB wasn't AB when AB got in the league. People forget about that.
People forget that he was a punt returner. When he kicked that, it was the dude for the Bengals.
AB got it out the mud.
He hi-ya'd that dude.
Like, I'm telling you, AB got it because our wide receiver room was already stacked. We had Hines Ward. We still have Mike Wallace there. We have people like, man, please, man.
Y'all,
we if you want a receiver, if you want to find a receiver, come to Pittsburgh.
Well, we need to go get Kevin Colbert on the phone.
That would be awesome.
Come to Baltimore and be a specialist. You ain't got to be GM. Just be a specialist.
If y'all get a GM like Kevin, or if y'all get Kevin Colbert, yeah, Ravens is going to be good for a good while because that's the only thing they good at drafting defense. They don't need no help with that.
No,
they don't need no help acquiring no defense.
We good with we could draft offensive line. We can draft tight end. Oh, most definitely.
Oh yeah, tight ends y'all thing.
We can draft defense, and to a certain degree, we can draft quarterback.
Right.
The problem is
receiver and running back situation.
No, running back too. No, hold up now.
No, running back. Y'all
Jamal Lewis, Ray Rice.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
The receivers where y'all struggling.
And a little known fact is we drafted Priest Holmes. Well, he went undrafted, but we had Priest Holmes.
Okay.
So I mean, running back wasn't a problem.
Quarterback wasn't a problem.
Now, initially quarterback was a problem.
Until y'all found Lamar Jackson.
No, really, until we found Joe Flacco. That's when the quarterback situation was like, oh, okay. And I'm not saying he was the best quarterback that came through Baltimore, but if you look at the totality of it,
I feel like
Kyle Bowler.
I feel like Joe just enjoyed the ride.
No, that last Super Bowl, that was all on him. I'm sorry.
That last one was on him, but for majority
early
of
in his career,
2008
to 2010,
defense was his high horse.
2008 to 2010, I give you that.
Yeah, because he enjoyed
2011, 2012. Oh, that was him.
Yeah, he was a developed quarterback by then. He knew what was going on, but for the first
and I can argue 2010. That as far as Joe coming into his own, yes, he still made some boneheaded decisions. Yes, what's his name? James Harrison and Troy Polamalu was his tormentors at the time. But 2010, 2011, 2012, I can say that was his best years. And that's saying a lot.
That's one of the best best years too.
Nah, well, 2012, the defense was 17th.
Overall?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to tell you, boy, Baltimore boy.
But see, Joe went on that playoff run. He went on a tear, 11 touchdowns, 0 picks in that entire playoff run.
When you're looking at the AFC North now, it has changed so drastically.
Yeah,
it's just not. It's not the same. It's the same, but it's not the same.
It's not as intense as it used to be.
But honestly, I'm not really worried about Cincinnati. That's just me.
It's I'm not worried, but you always got to look at them.
They got the weapons.
They're your division rival, so you gotta say.
They definitely are.
You gotta say. You gotta
look them in the eyeball.
You gotta look them man to man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I feel like if you can slow them down, because Bengals has the ability that I think the other three teams don't. They have the ability to really start fast.
Oh yeah, they can hit a home run quick.
Yeah, they can do that real. So if you can slow them down and slow that game down, because they play a very high pace tempo type of game.
Yeah.
Like once Joe get to going,
it's like you got to hit them in the mouth.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and slow them down. That first half, I feel like, really the second half.
Yeah.
But the first half is when you should be making your statements as far as putting some points on the board and making some, getting them off the field a few times, making them pump that ball off a few times.
The more, and they go with any quarterback.
I think it'll be a dogfight in AFC North.
This argument goes with any quarterback, maybe outside of Patrick Mahomes. The longer you keep him on the sideline, the better your chances going to be.
It don't matter when you play Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that statement, it don't hold it that, but
it don't even matter. You keep him out there for 30 minutes, you still gonna come out there.
In 10, in 5, he gonna be up 27 points.
I'm trying to tell you.
But I guess we could go ahead and call it right here. This has been a great show. This is, and forgive us, this is a long one. But we've been on it about 2 hours, so it might be a part 1, part 2. But again, thank y'all for joining us, and I'm sure y'all read it on the bottom of the screen. Go on Facebook, and hit us up in the War Room, where we just chop it up on just about any type of sport. One thing we gotta get in MLB too, but that's a whole nother topic.
That's heating up. That's still kind of heating up.
It's really starting. Shout out to the Orioles, man. Y'all look good this year, man. I'm proud of y'all. I need to get my Oreo hat. No, I know where it is, but anyway, y'all know where it is. But hit us up in the War Room. Let us know that you listen to the show, and also if you on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, everywhere you can listen to a podcast, please leave us a rating, because it pushes us up and everything. And to our day ones, man, appreciate y'all, man. And to everybody else, that's on it, and also my bad, and also on YouTube, leave us a comment, leave us a like, and all that good stuff, because YouTube will push us up. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you got anything you want to add to it? Stop Steelers. So this has been the Backport Sports Podcast. Got that glorified car tile in my house.
Yeah, man. I had to bring it out.
Yeah, look, I ain't got no light in my pocket. But we'll holler at y'all later. This has been the Bad Post Sports Podcast with your man Fonz.
Hey, Quan.
And we out of here, y'all.